गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स। आज सीए विनोद कोठारी जी हमारे साथ कनेक्ट हुए हैं। बहुत ही अच्छा टॉपिक लेकर आए हैं हमारे लिए। और काफ़ी ऑडियंस को भी रिक्वायर्ड थी मतलब पीपल पूछते ही रहते हैं, लोग पूछते रहते हैं मेरे से कि टैली से अगर 2B को डायरेक्टली इंपोर्ट करना है तो कैसे करें। तो उसके लिए भी पावर क्वेरी के थ्रू सर हमें डायरेक्ट इंपोर्ट करना कुछ 2B को दिखाएंगे। सिमिलर वे में 2A 2B या टेम्पलेट वगैरह के बारे में सर बताएंगे। प्लस क्लाउड को टैली से कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे एमसीपी सर्वर के थ्रू, वो उसके ऊपर सर बताएंगे। लेकिन ये सब स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं आपको थोड़ा सा सर के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन दे दूं, उनकी प्रोफाइल बता दूं थोड़ा। सीए एफसीए सर विनोद कोठारी जी एफसीए हैं, 2008 से सीए हैं। बीकॉम किया हुआ है उन्होंने 1999 से। ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट विद ओवर 20+ ईयर ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस इन इंडिया एंड ए पैशनेट टीचर एंड ट्रेनर, पार्टनर ऑफ विनोद कोठारी एंड कंपनी, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट चेन्नई, fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, and had a rich blend of experience in practice for more than 17 years. He is an expert in the field of indirect tax, GST. He is also a visiting faculty at the SIRC of ICI Department and National Academy of Custom Excise and Narcotics, Auditor General Office, Regional Training Institute, trainer for Goods and Service Tax by ICI, presented paper in various CP seminar, colleges, association on various topics related to indirect tax, Excel, GST, student motivation, and trained more than 30,000 CA students, business owners, government officials, GST officers, and professional on GST, Tally, Excel, Google Suites, and AI. The past president of Association of Chartered Accountant Chennai past committee, member of International Chamber of GST Tax Professional, ट्रेजरर जीतो चेन्नई, चैप्टर फाउंडेशन। तो थैंक यू सर कनेक्ट करने के लिए एंड आपका स्वागत है। और आप सभी ऑडियंस का भी स्वागत है आपका, आपको ज्वाइन करने के लिए। तो ओवर टू यू सर।
Thank you, Vinod. Thank you, Vinod, for giving me this opportunity. Tally AI, आज का डेट में when you see this AI, lot of things are changing, and the change in the technology, the most important thing is that we have to be updated with the technology. Otherwise, we will be outdated. So today we have selected two topics. One is connecting Claude AI with Tally using MCP Server. And second topic is how to import the purchase entries from GSTR 2B in Tally. So this is the main important topics which we are going to understand in the next 1 hour. We all know that Tally is one of the highly used accounting software in India. Majority of small and medium size of businesses use Tally for their accounting need. The main reason why people use Tally is that reason is the Tally is very easy to use. Tally is updated in the world of compliance, the major compliance, that is GST. We find that complying with the GST and reconciling the GST has become a lot of trouble and is a time-consuming activity. So what Tally has done is, Tally has given connected services where you can file the GST return through Tally. Tally is a GSP, that is a GST Suvidha provider. And because of it, immediately you can get connected from Tally to the GST portal, file the return, download the returns, do the reconciliation. And as an auditor or as an accountant, we need various reports from Tally. But those report format in Tally are in the format which is available in Tally. Say for example, I want in a HTML format, a dashboard kind of a thing, summarizing my financial. Then what to do? We have to export to Excel, then download, then we have to upload in a AI and then get the data and then prepare a dashboard. But using Claude and MCP server, you can instantly connect with Tally and get the details from Tally, get the reports from Tally. But the use is very limited. So we'll start with the understanding how to start with the MCP server and connecting with the Claude. So first thing, what I am going to use here is Tally Prime 7.0. Any Tally Prime 6.0 and above is okay. Any Tally Prime version can be connected through the MCP server and Claude. That is also okay. So the first important thing, you should have a licensed version of Tally Prime Gold or Silver, preferable 6.0 onwards. Second thing, many of us have a doubt that in the Claude, whenever the data is provided in the website, the privacy of the data it's a problem and it can be used for training purpose. So whenever you install Claude, you need to make a small setting in a Claude and ensure that, 1 minute. And you ensure that the privacy settings is on so that your data is within you and it will not be used for the purpose of training. So for that, you need to go to the settings of Claude. You can download the Claude desktop version is available in the website, Anthropic website. And then you go to this setting option, your login, you can create a login using your email address, Gmail address. The usage is limited if you are using the free version. But if you are using the paid version, you get more options and tokens. So once you install Claude, go to the privacy option and ensure that you select location of help improve Claude off. These two things, if you make, your data will not be shared by Claude and it will be shared with you only. And the data will be there in the server of Anthropic for 1 month, which you can download and also check and delete. That part is separate part. Second thing is that when you connect desktop version of Claude and the Tally through MCP server, the data movement is between the Tally in your system and Claude in your system. So privacy is also there. Second one is Tally Prime 7.0. Second software, you need to download the Claude desktop version and install it, log in using your Gmail address. Using free version also, you can get small reports to limited extent based on the tokens available in the free version. Third, there is a file called node.js. So all these files, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the email in the last and I will share the link of all these files where you will be able to find all these files you can install in your system and then you can get connected to Claude through MCP server. So next thing what you need, third thing is Node server. So Node, that software is also there. You can install it in your system or you can download from the online and install in your system. Node.js. Fourth file, what you need is Tally MCP server file. So this also file I have attached in the folder. You can see various files are there. You can download it and then install this MCP server file. And then you can use the MCP server and all the setup guide, everything I have installed in this folder. You can see the steps. So first step is these are the prerequisites. and then you can download the MCP server and show the location. See, once you install the MCP server file, there is one file called as config. Config. One file is there, config dot. You can see this file here. 1 minute. Claude desktop config JSON file. One file will be there. That file will be there in your MCP server folder. If you are unable to find, no problem. You can go to my computer, search for this file name, Claude config. Once you install it, go to my computer or C drive, and then you can go to search this file. It will find out that location, you find out, and replace this file with the file I am giving you in my folder. So you can replace the file which I am giving you in my folder. Just a second. So you can search it. We will not waste time on searching it. So we'll go to our So now you open this in Notepad. Open. You will find this is the path. Now in your system, check which path you have downloaded and saved the MCP server. So in my system, the folder is in D drive, software, Tally MCP server, district, IndAMS. So this is the path where you are going to store the downloaded file and give the link here, and immediately your Tally will be connected to Claude. So first time you may find a difficulty. If you are unable to find this config file, search and find this file, and then you can make the settings, all the error. If there is any error, how to solve with the error, all those things I have seen it. I have provided in the PDF file. If there is an error, how to find, how to search, all these errors are there in the PDF file. So what is the requirement? First requirement is Tally Prime and above. Second requirement is node.js, which you have to install in your system. Third file is MCP server file, which you have to load in your system, and then find out the Claude desktop config file in your system and replace with this config file. So once you replace the config file and then go to Tally Claude. So this is the Claude. Go to settings, and you will find this extension, developer. And in the developer, if your setting is correct, then you will find Tally Prime. Tally Prime is running. That means your settings is correct. But before that, one more thing you need to do to connect Tally. To connect Tally with the MCP server Claude, first you have to make some settings in Tally. So that settings I'll show you. Right click Tally. Right click on the Tally icon, run as administrator. Select yes. Press F1, and in the F1 you will see an option called settings. In settings you have an option connectivity. In connectivity you have to ensure that these options are selected. That means Tally Prime acts as both. Enable ODBC should be yes, and the port code should be 9000. If any other port code is there, then replace it. Once you save the settings, Tally will restart. And once the Tally is restarted, you can just move the mouse on the cursor. You will find that Tally Prime is to 9000. That means what? Your Tally Prime is now connected through ODBC. So this is what is the setup you need to do. See, while installing the MCP server file, only one issue is there. The issue is that the config file which I was talking, which file? This file, config file. Once I install the node.js file and the Tally MCP for server file, This file where it is located, sometimes we are unable to find, because first time when I installed, I have found this trouble. So you have to go to the C drive and search where this file is located and replace with this file. This is the very important step. And then only if you connect to ODBC and ensure that tally prime is to 9000, that means it is connected to ODBC, then only your tally Claude will be connected. You can see this connected. If it is not connected or tally prime is not showing or tally is not running, that means you have made some mistake. You have made some mistake in connecting the tally MCP server to the Claude. Unless and until you don't do this, nothing will work out. So these steps are there. Any doubt in this step, you can ask me. Few questions we will take. So you can provide your questions in the chat box. So here, if you see the PDF file, in the PDF file, all the settings, what are the requirement. Now, Claude in the PDF file, I am mentioning that paid version is recommended. You can even use the free version, but Tally should be registered. Tally should not be a educational mode Tally, right? So then the MCP server, you have to download in a folder, copy the path, and then paste it in the config. In the config file, you have to ensure that the double quotes are there. Normally, whenever you copy a path, single slash will be there. You have to replace this with double slash. These two things, you have to ensure that this is being done. Then in the tally, make the changes, activate the ODBC, provide the node as 9000. Then only your tally will be connected. Check in your Claude whether the tally is connected or not. Unless and until this screen is not being visible to you, your tally will not be connected to Claude. So you can see all the steps of setting up the Claude. What are the setup, developer options? All these things are mentioned with the screenshot. And already, if you are running some other MCP servers in your config file, then what you have to do is this config file, there is certain contents. What are the contents? MCP server, tally prime, command, argument, same type of command you can place, copy and paste below the existing command. So these are the steps where the config file is there. You have to open with the notepad and then copy and paste the path. Then you can check tally prime is connected. So I'll show you here. So here if I select plus connector tally prime, you can see this. If I want to disable, I can disable it. Choice is yours. I am using tally the Claude free version because I'm comfortable. I am using it for limited purpose of reporting purpose. So this is what is connectivity. So any doubt we'll just take. Yeah, I'll share all the app installation file along with the PDF file. You can send a mail roam with fin@gmail.com. You can send a mail. We will send all the files of both the session, including a template for importing the what they say, importing the GST 2B, that template also I'm going to share with you. So now the first step is completed. See, steps as I am showing is very simple, but only one place where many of them get struck is finding the config file, correct config file, and replacing it with the correct path and the folder. This is where many of them make a mistake. So this, if it is solved, your problem is solved and tally Claude is connected. So now my tally Claude is connected. I'm opening a company and we are taking Superstar Enterprises. One company is there. Now in this company, I have financial data of some 2-3 years, say 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19. So 3 years financial data is available. Now I have a query. I want to get a summary of what are the major changes, what are the major deviation, comparison of the profit and loss account for the 3 years. So I want to know. See, one more thing, there is a limited work which you can do from Tally to Claude. That means what? You can extract the ledger details. Say I'll type what is the cash balance as on 15/4/2017. Enter. One minute. I'll just check what has happened. Okay, I have not opened the company. Okay. Just restart it. So Claude is connected. We can search C connector. So Tally Prime is connected. What is the cash balance as on 31/3/19? So here, once you give a query, it will ask whether you want to extract the cash balance from the ledger, from the Tally. You say always allow. Right? We will go and see the cash balance in Tally. Balance sheet, what is the data I have given? 31/3/19, 31/3/19, cash account. It is credit balance. Now, in Tally, one thing you need to know, if any balance is negative, that means it is debit balance. If any balance is positive, that means it is a credit balance. Now, this Claude does not know. That is why it is showing debit balance. Actually, it is a credit balance. Maybe some issue is there. I need to check that. But this is the reason that the Claude takes the data and assumes that number is the debit or credit. Now I will create a dashboard. I want a dashboard to compare the financials for FY 16, 17 and FY 17, 18, highlighting major changes and deviation. Allow. You can access the profit and loss account. You can access the financial statement. You can access the trial balance. All those things can be connected. Now you see, first it has asked the permission for P&L. Now it is asking for balance sheet. And now it is working. Now this everything I am doing in a free version. My version is a free version. Choice is yours. For small working, you can use the free version. And in case you want higher level of lot of data is there, then you can use the what they say, paid version. So better to
विनोद
go
जी,
for paid version. Now here you see it is giving everything, all the data. Data is being compiled. But free version, some 2 or 3 reports you can generate. Paid version, maximum 10 or 12 reports you generate, because even in paid version, the next version is pro version, where monthly you have to pay around 2000 rupees, and tokens are also limited. Now here, if I can generate 2, then there I can generate 10 or 12. So till the time we will see any question. Can we automate journal entries? I'll come to next. Journal entries, how you can Claude can help you to automate the journal entries, that I'll show you in the next part. So you see everything it is giving. So business shows GST sale, closing stocks collapse from 31 lakhs to 65 lakhs. Now I say that I want this in HTML format. You can see with the graph, deviation, everything it is providing. So now it is taking and converting into HTML format. Automatically HTML command is being created by Claude. I have created many dashboards in the Claude. See, there are 2 methods of working in AI. One is you connect your data to the AI and then you use it. Second method, what I use nowadays to be more safer, is I create HTML dashboard. I give my requirement. Like say for example, someone asked me now, can I automate journal entry? Yes, you can automate. How is your data? Like say 2B has a data in a different format. I want that to be converted in a different format. I can say that create a dashboard uh, where I should be able to upload a file. In the file, these are all the fields. These fields I want to work in this manner, and give me a updated file with these details. So this way you can create a lot of HTML. I'll check if I have any HTML which I have created earlier. Just try. Yeah, tally, no tally, voucher, dash. Yeah, HTML dashboard. So audit dashboard. One dashboard I have created for audit. So I'll just show you how I have created one dashboard using Claude. So this is the data is in my system only. So this is not connected to Tally or the Claude. I am going to upload the Excel file. This is the trial balance. Then I have given a command that once files is selected, allow me to select a sheet and from which row the header starts. Then company name ABCPV Limited. Then date 01/04/2022 to 31/03/2022. And then proceed to mapping. So here what I can do is I can do the mapping of the original headers to my audit ledger, so that my report can come in a more refined manner. These things command and all I have given in Excel. Sorry, Claude, and then only I have generated these reports. Now you see it is flagging and giving me a report with the query expenses having credit transaction. So these kind of report is generated so that my 30 to 40% of audit work is completed. So try using the dashboard and creating the dashboard in Claude, that gives a more better. So now see, since I have used uh, what they say, since I have used the tokens, so this is why it is showing that I have to, my free message is out, nothing to worry. So I can use it again. So what I'm going to do is I'll just change the command. and I have linked two Gmail address for this. So this is my first Gmail. Second Gmail, I will go new chat, Control B, and then I am going to give in HTML format. Same thing, it will ask me whether I want to get connected. Yes, checking available skills. I want a dashboard. 1 minute, just a second, I'll just check. Okay. From the Tally connected company. Right. So now we are processing. So queries can we automate? All queries will be taken. The topic, please wait. I have already developed HTML teaser in Office for representing repetitive Claude work. It's offline. Yes. So this way, Claude can be connected, data can be extracted. Now, if you tell the Claude that give me a summary of GST returns downloaded in Tally, give me the summary of the transactions, certain limitation is there, but maybe in the updated version of MCP server, we will find all these more depth details. As of now, what you can do using Tally and Claude is that you can connect to balance sheet, connect to P&L, connect to the ledgers, connect to the balances, prepare the financial. Even linking this, you can tell based on the financial, loss to financial, I want a projected financials to be prepared for the purpose of bank loan with 20% change for the next 3 years. Automatically Tally Claude will prepare it. So this is the advantage of Tally and connecting Tally with the Claude. So any doubt till the time this is going on, we will proceed to the next part. So this is what is with this regard to the Tally Claude connected to the Tally and Claude. So all the steps, all the files I will share with you. Next is GSTR 2B 2A converting into the Tally import format. Now, how many of you are using Tally import? How many of you are using Tally import feature? Can someone give me a reply? Yes or no at least. Tally import feature, are you using it? Yes. Now, mostly for bank statement. Yes, bank statement we all use majoritarily because bank statement lot of features are there where it is allowing us to select the ledger name, allowing us to pass a consolidated entries with the common ledger and lot of advantages there. But when it comes to the GSTR 2B or 2A, there is certain restriction. Restriction in the sense certain complication is there. See, first thing I want to tell is that what I'm going to show you here is prepared through Power Query in Excel, connected with Tally ODBC for certain purpose. And when, as of now, I have prepared a template only for GSTR 2B, but similar way you can prepare even for GSTR 2A also. So 2A or 2B, the method is similar. And I'm also giving a sample demo file where you can use it for the purpose of trying by yourself. Okay, this method, if I can do it, you can use the same method, make some alteration and make customizable for your own format also. So maybe some issue is there, nothing. So financial dashboard will be created in the similar manner what we have seen in the Claude. So I'm stopping this topic now, and now we'll go to the next topic of connecting GSTR 2B and importing it to the Tally. Now, what are the issues that we will talk? How to generate that we will talk. So now we have a file that is a sample GSTR2B latest. I have downloaded some company and marked some changes so that privacy issues are not there. So this is the original GSTR2B file which is downloaded on 14th of 2 days or 3 days back. So here you can see various fields are there. README, ITC available, ITC reversal, ITC rejected. Those things are not there. The most important field for us here is B2B. And in case you want, you can use the B2B credit note also if you find that credit note is more. Now, one important thing, if you are using my file for the purpose of import, the headers which are there in the GSTR2B should be same. What happens is, say after 6 months, the department is adding 1 or 2 header. Then you have to ensure that the file which I am going to share with you, there also you make the applicable changes. So this is the GSTR2B file which is downloaded from the GST portal. Then I have prepared a tally import Power Query file. See what happens is, when you see this GSTR2B, there are different categories of entries. See, you can see so many entries are there. What are they? First, few entries are journal entry. Second, few entries are purchase entries. Third, few entries are RCM entries. Now, if we directly use this file and import it for the purpose of passing the entries of purchase, then all your expense entry will come in purchase, all your RCM entries will come in purchase, and it will create lot of mess. Second problem with this GSTR2B is that many times I have seen that there is a confusion where few of the vendors, they get confused between the invoice value and taxable value. So where invoice value is total amount of the taxable value CGST plus SGST plus IGST, they provide the taxable value in the invoice value. So that is another problem. Third problem is where invoice value, when you make a total of the invoice value, you will find that that is taxable value integrated. And if you match with the invoice value, it will be different. So when you import, what problem happens is it shows an error. So this is the few things which you need to take care. So what I have done is, using the taxable value, integrated tax, central tax, state tax, I have recalculated the invoice value so that while importing the entries, you don't get an error of total. This is the one part which I have done. Second part is you need to classify the entries, whether you are going to pass a purchase entry, journal entry, or RCM entry. And few entry is there which you don't want to pass. So that also I have given an option. Third is when you pass a journal entry, say for example, Interglobe Aviation. So your vendor will be whom Interglobe Aviation. What will be the expense? Traveling expense. Same way, your purchase, some of them give a purchase called as GST purchase, some of them give local purchase, different names we give. So we need to link the ledger name in this itself and then say classify the entries into 3 parts. One is IGST related transaction, second is CGST, SGST related transaction, third is RCM transaction. Don't worry, it is not so complicated. I have simplified it. But for you to understand, I am telling you what is the background scenario of practical issues, why many of you are not able to import the data. And another important issue is that the stock details is not available in this GSTR2B. So how to tackle that? For that also what I have done is, I have created a column in Power Query where stock update, one stock will be created with one quantity. Once the purchase is updated, then one method is manually you update the stock details because that is the option you are having. Or even if you have the stock details in Excel, using that also you can import it. So as of now, I have added one stock item for alteration purpose and then we are doing it. So first issue, purchase journal RCM, no entry. Second issue, which ledger you want to debit. Third, there is a difference in invoice value plus total of taxable value and tax. Fourth, stock. So all those things I have covered in my Power Query. So what I have done is, once you get this file, say for this month you are getting this file, from this part that is below the header, you need to copy. So this is the data. You need to just copy, open my Tally Power Query file. Now here again, I am using Office 365. Power Query will work from Office 2016 and above. But I would suggest either use Office 365 or use Office 2020 and above for better results. Then you paste the data here in my table, because already I have created all the formulas, everything. So copy the data below the header till the end, and then copy this and paste it from the starting to the end. Now here you have an option. In the last I have created two columns. What is this? Voucher type and expense ledger. So first is, I am classifying what is the voucher type I am going to use. Supply, attract, reverse charge. I will select yes. And then what I will do, I will classify these are RCM invoice, because nowadays it is mandatory that if you are making a payment of RCM, you have to generate a self invoice of RCM, and then only you have to pass an entry. So this is also taken care. So I say that this voucher type, you use it. Say one entry I don't want, then I can select no entry. So that means this entry should not be passed. This is first part. Second part, which is my debit ledger, which I have to debit in the Tally. So that ledger name you have to type. This is one task which is little time consuming, I know, but not so much time consuming as to compare to the direct purchase entry. So once you automate it, you can even give if condition and provide these answers, because you can say that, okay, these vendors are there. Then this is the ledger you have to create, or this is the voucher type you have to create. This is one part. Second, if you see this Excel file, lot of sheets are there. RCM invoice entry, you don't need to do anything. It is automated. CGST, SGST invoice entries, automated. IGST entries, automated. Now, another big problem is when you have a 2B data and you want to import that data in Tally, then the ledger name as per the Tally and the legal name as per the 2B should match. This is a big problem which a lot of them are facing. So what I have done is, I have connected Tally through ODBC. Now you can see here, this is the Tally ledgers. You can see here, this is the Tally ledgers. Now AAA Power Traders. So there is a ledger AAA Power Traders, account ledger, alter ledger AAA Power. I think so I'll update this Alt F5. So I think some other data was there, no problem. So alter AAA engineer, ledger AAA engineer. I will insert AAX engineer. Insert X, Control A, Alt F5. So you can see AAX engineers, AAA engineers is changed to AAX engineers. And then I have also linked the expenses ledger here so that you don't make a mistake. Now this is purely option. If you are clear that the ledger name as per your 2B and the Tally matches, then this step need not be done. This is purely optional. But for you to find out where the error is there, for that purpose, I have connected this. So these ledgers are not there in my tally. So what I have done is how to import a ledger, that also I have created. These are the ledgers which are there. So I want to create these ledgers in tally. So what I do is I can import it. How to import? See this ledger, interglobe aviation, alter ledger, interglobe aviation, no ledger is there. So I'm going to create a group. Now alter group, sundry creditor. Now here you see there is no group name called as sundry creditor PQ. What happens if I import something with a name which is not there? That I'm going to show you when you import. So this format of the data, that is, you can see this brown color, that means this is a sample file which is provided in Tally, and based on that I have created this import file. So I'm going to go to import. I want to import masters, and then I go to the path. So go to file import, select the path, enter. And this is the file which I'm going to import, tally import PQ. In this, my tally ledger import is the sheet. I'm going to use the default template. Now here you can see whenever this brown color is there, that means it's a default template. So type of master ledger. So what to do? Modify with new data. I'm giving modify with new data. That means what? If already a ledger is there and GST number is not there, automatically it will modify. Preview import, yes. Now you see 18 ledgers are there in the group sundry creditors, but sundry creditor group is not there in tally. What happens if I import a data without any group? Then what happens? I select import event log. Yes, you can see errors are there. Why? Because sundry creditor PQ group is not available. So what I'm going to do? Create group sundry creditors hyphen PQ. You have to ensure that the grouping is there. So sundry. So now I go to import alt O M, enter, 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 because already everything I have selected. Import, and now that's it. My group is imported. See chart of accounts, ledgers, and the group called sundry. So you can see this group, sundry creditors PQ. All the ledgers with the GST number is created. You can see this. Now, since I have given a dummy GST number, that validation is not done. Nothing to worry. Now I refresh my PQ file. This file we will close. Alt F5. So all the ledgers are updated, and here you can see Alt F5. So these are the only ledgers which are not available. Sometimes I don't know, some error is there, but this ledger is also there. So now what happened? I have given a Power Query and ensured that my data is connected through Power Query in Tally. How to connect that data, that is also I'll show you. Connect Tally through Power Query. Go to data, get data from other sources, from ODBC. Since my Tally is connected, you can see this 9,000. You can see in Tally 9,000. 9,000. Okay. Then you will find the company name. Here, I'm going to select a table called ledger, which contains the data for ledger. And then I use the transform data. So once I give the transform data, tally ledgers, This is the Power Query. And these are the ledger. So my source is the tally file. From that, navigation is done and I have removed and only 3 columns are there. Then same way, my master data, that is the data which I have copied from 2B and pasted here. This is my master data. Then I have created various steps to ensure that these data breakup comes for IGST FCM entries, RCM entries, CGST SGST entries. So all these breakup are done automatically. And then what I do is all these data mapping should be done. Where? In Tally. So once my data is ready, I have to create a mapping template. Now, how to create a mapping template in Tally, I'll show you. Tally, go to import, manage, mapping template. See, there are 2 methods of mapping. One is use the sample Excel file, like how I have used to create the ledgers. Second method is you have a data, that data you want to map it. So I select mapping template. I have already mapped the data, so I'll select alter. So here it is transaction, you can select create. I'll select alter. These two, G2B import, CGST, SGST and IGST, these are the mapping template which I have created. Now how to create a mapping template? You select the file, the folder, that is, say for example, I want to pass entries for the CGST, SGST. I select enter. And then here you have to provide what is the voucher, which column contains the voucher type, which column contains the date, which column contains the voucher number, then what is the party ledger name, what is the purchase ledger, what is the tax ledger. Now here if you see the tax ledger which I have selected is a specified field value. So this is top ledger, party ledger. Then debit, credit, stock details, and then specified field value. Here you can see as per your Tally, which is the CGST ledger, that you have to change it or rename to CGST input, then same file will be used. Sir, I don't know how to create this mapping. Nothing to worry. For that also I have created a mapping file. These two are the mapping file. You can see these 2 mapping file. What you have to do is these 2 mapping file you have to copy and then go to Tally, right click, properties, open file location, go to config, Excel map, and here you have to paste it in your file, in your Tally. For this also, all the steps, I am going to give you a PDF file with instruction guide, how to provide it, where to copy, where to paste. You can see this, go to Tally, properties, all the steps, PDF file I'll share with you. Due to time restriction, in detail, I'm unable to explain you how to create this PQ. But if you try to learn Power Query, it creates, simplifies your work much better. Now, what is my work in this file or your work is copy, paste, and then classify. Ensure that ledgers are created. That's it. And then refresh. Control Alt F5. Once I press Control Alt F5, that is a shortcut key which is mentioned in the PDF file. Automatically, this data is break up into which are all the RCM invoice in this data, which are all the intrastate supplies in this data, which are all the IGST entries in this data. Then what is the difference in Tally and this name? Then where are the error? That means if you see this, original invoice value as per the 2B is 4874. Invoice value difference is 0. And I have calculated it. That means I have added the taxable value CGST, SGST, IGST. But here if you see, there is a difference, 41 rupees, 43 rupees. To avoid these errors, I have generated this. Then I have also provided one entry, that means no entry. That means this entry should not be passed because this is not my bill or next month I am going to pass. That entry is also visible. And this is the summary total of my 2B. What are the total original invoice value? What is the updated invoice value? What is the taxable value for me to recheck? Everything is automated in the Power Query. same way import and the GST code. So all these steps, once you do it, then we will import the purchase. Now this 2B is for the month of March 2026. I'll change the financial year, Alt F2, A25, M26. DSS. So here no entries are there. Now I'm going to pass the entry, 0 entries. Ledgers are already verified. How to import the data? 3 data I'm going to import: RCM invoice, intrastate supply, interstate supply. So first RCM import. Alt O. That is the import. Then transaction. Then I have to specify the path. Path already I have copied and paste. What is in your file? Just paste the path. Select the file. Tally import PQ. Then which entry you are going to pass? I am going to first pass RCM entries. This Excel file is open. So here if you see total entries in RCM, how much? 25 entries are there. So RCM invoice entries, which is the file I am going to use? I am going to use the CGST SGST file, because in RCM invoice, no tax is provided. It is automatically calculated based on your tally settings. You want to preview? Yes. Backup? Better you take a backup always. For me, I know this is a sample data, so it doesn't make any difference for me. But for you, you take a backup on safer side. So total how many entries? 25. Import. Some issue is there. I think I have selected the wrong data. Alt O, transaction, import, RCM entry. Alt say CGST. I'll select CGST. Import. Yes. I think some issue is going on. Stock update. Okay, stock update ledger is not there. Which version is there? F1 about 1.2. So one stock item I'll create. Ledger, stock item, update, and then primary, not applicables, numbers, control A, alter, group, sundry creator, PQ is already there. Infotech services, alter, Infotech services. This is also there. So now we'll try Alt O, transaction. Sometimes initial you get some issues. Okay, telephone ledger does not exist. Stock update I have already created. So you see purchase entry. I'll just recheck why this issue has happened. These 3 purchase entries are passed. You can see here purchase entry as stock update. One stock update has happened, and with the GST calculation. So once entry is passed, you can check this, see the invoice and update the stock details. And one more thing is that what I have done in the Power Query is in the reference of journal or whatever invoice is there I have provided the invoice number, so that whenever you do the comparison of the data with the GSTR 2B, at that point of time, the reference number and 2B data matches. So now we will try the import entries with related to IGST. So IGST, control A, import, some error is there. No problem. DSS. So I'll update the file. I don't know why this problem has happened. I'll just update the file and share with you. So this way entry can be passed. Yeah, duplicate entry. See, problem in this, when you use the tally import feature, if an entry is already there, then that means what happens is it will create a duplicate entry. That issue is there. So you have to be very careful. If you don't want such thing to happen, then you can use some other software which checks the duplicate entry or some TDL and then do it. I normally used to avoid the duplicate entries. I use Tally Master. How to import from Excel to Tally? How to import stock? See, there are data and sample data available. I'll show you. Go to import, manage, sample Excel file, transaction. You have what you have asked? How to import stock entry from Excel to okay, stock entry, right? So then you have to select the Alt O, manage, sample, transaction, configure. Instead of all accounting vouchers, you can select inventory vouchers and then you can import it. But if you want for the accounting vouchers, the stock details to be provided, then you have to provide the stock detail in the Excel and then map it. So any doubt due to time restriction, I think a little rushed up, but this data I'll share with you. You can send me an email after rechecking the issues and I'll share with you the Excel file. Vinod?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, PowerPoint and all the data I'll share with you. Any other doubt?
डेटा सर हम शेयर कर देंगे, लिंक शेयर कर देंगे गूगल ड्राइव का। और मैं लिंक देता हूँ, जो व्हाट्सएप चैनल है सर उस पर शेयर कर देंगे। मैं
Okay, I'll
व्हाट्सएप
share
चैनल का
the
लिंक शेयर कर
PPT and the data, everything. You want me share in the folder?
या गूगल ड्राइव के अंदर अपलोड करके
I'll
उसका
share
डेटा
the
शेयर
Google
कर।
Drive link to you. You can share with the participants.
या
Or you can provide in the YouTube link, the files can be downloaded.
ये इस चैनल पे शेयर कर देंगे। आई हैव शेयर्ड चैनल लिंक, तो इस चैनल पे हम अपलोड कर देंगे सर बाद में गूगल लिंक।
So thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity.
सर एक कोई किसी की क्वेरी है तो एक बार ले सकते हैं, कोई रहती है तो। आई थिंक आपने क्वेरी साथ साथ ले ली है ना सर।
Email address is shared in the top, roomwithfin@gmail.com.
या वो डुप्लीकेट वाला आपने बता दिया है, एक्सेल टू टैली एंट्री। आई थिंक सारी क्वेरी हो चुकी है सर, है ना? कोई क्वेरी ऐसी नहीं है।
I'll share the email, romewithfin, that means romance with finance @gmail.com.
ईमेल ऐड कैन बी अपडेट सेल एंड परचेज एक्सेल टू। सर एक यूट्यूब पे क्वेरी है हमारे पास, कैन वी
YouTube पे
अपडेट
query
सेल
है
एंड परचेज
किधर?
एक्सेल टू टैली?
YouTube, can we update sales and purchase Excel to Tally? Yes, you can update sales also in the similar manner. Maybe we will see to it that a whole session of only import of purchase and sale focusing instead of two topics, only one topic we will take. How to import and pass the entry. If you want some entries, then what you need to do is delete the entries which you don't want and then you can import it. Google Drive and data will be shared in this YouTube, or you can give a mail to my roamwithfin@gmail address. I'll share you with the both the data after verifying the error. See, this is technology. Sometimes from the morning we have tried so many times. And even in my office, we have used for many clients, but suddenly some issue is coming. So that we will find it out. That's not a problem. It will take some 15 minutes for me. So I cannot waste your time on finding the issues and that. But import is possible.
सर ईमेल तो शेयर कर दी है, बट अदरवाइज हम गूगल गूगल ड्राइव का लिंक शेयर कर सकते हैं यूट्यूब पे भी, यूट्यूब पे
Yeah, I'll
कमेंट
share
में शेयर
the
कर
Google
सकते हैं।
Drive.
हाँ, दैट विल बी बेटर। ओके सर, और कोई क्वेरी आई थिंक नहीं है, तो थैंक यू आप सबका कनेक्ट करने के लिए, सेशन को पेशेंटली सुनने के लिए, और स्पेशली विनोद जी का, मतलब बड़े अच्छे तरीके से आपने एमसीपी सर्वर को कनेक्ट करना, क्लोड, और प्लस जो लोगों की क्वेरीज थी कि टू बी से कैसे डायरेक्टली इंपोर्ट करें, बल्कि सर हमने तो ये सोचा था टू बी से इंपोर्ट ही कर सकते हैं, बट आपने जैसे आरसीएम की कैसे, आरसीएम की जो कैटेगरी है या एक्सपेंस की कैटेगरी है उसको कैसे ध्यान भी रखना है, तो एट ऑल मतलब काफ़ी वैल्यूएबल सेशन रहा हमारा। तो थैंक यू ऑल फॉर कनेक्टिंग, एंड स्पेशली आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद विनोद जी। तो मिलते हैं हम शायद नेक्स्ट सेशन में। थैंक यू, थैंक यू ऑल।
Files connecting the cloud, you can share, give a mail to me, Roam with Fin. I have shared there. You can give me, I'll share you the files. And in case you
श्योर
find
सर।
any difficulty, you give a query in the mail to the maximum extent. I'll try to solve it and give a reply.
ओके सर।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
ओके, थैंक यू ऑल। थैंक यू।